diet, you think about losing weight or gaining weight, but have you ever thought of a diet for emotional health? Could you raise your hand if you've ever dieted for emotional health? Not bad. All my life I've dieted mainly to lose weight, and after the loss of my husband, I researched about depression and found a link to eating healthy and alleviating depression. Let's begin with explaining some statistics from depression in college students by Michael Kerr. 1 out of every 4 college students suffer from some type of mental illness, including depression. 44% of American college students report having symptoms of depression. Suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death among college students. This information is to keep in mind while I'm continuing with my topic. Now that we've talked about depression, I want to talk about some steps to good emotional health. Dr. McCullough states, you have 2 brains, one in your head and one in your gut. Both are created from the same tissue during fetal development. And they're connected via your vagus nerve, the 10th cranial nerve that runs from your brainstem to your abdomen. What does this mean? This explains why mental health appears to be so intricately connected to your gut. So if you get a lot of processed foods and that contain sugar, additives, and gluten, this negatively impacts your mood and brain health because it is intricately connected to your gut. It lowers the microbiome, that is bacteria and other microbes living in your gut. Gut bacteria is good because it produces mood-boosting neurotransmitter like serotonin. In fact, it is shown that the greatest concentration of serotonin is found in the intestines, not in the brain. So gut health is very important, as well as serotonin. And I will discuss serotonin later on. Moving on, let's talk about what are processed foods. Food processing is a deliberate change in a food that occurs before it's available for us to eat, and it can be as simple as freezing or drying food to preserve nutrients and freshness. Keep in mind, it is very hard to avoid processed foods, but the foods that I'm mainly talking about are donuts, muffins, cereals, chips, cookies. You can avoid processed foods by buying natural, non-packaged, or fresh vegetables and fruits. Make your own foods like from scratch, spaghetti sauce, granola mixes, salad dressings. What you can do to see how processed foods affect you is you can have a journal and write down what you eat and how your mood is affected by them. It is a great way to see the effects it has on your body. I know that because I am pre-diabetic, and if I eat a candy bar, within seconds I feel my heartbeat going real fast. And within 30 minutes I become very temperamental and I have anxieties. And within an hour I become sweating profusely and have the shakes. And if I don't take care of that, I could probably go into a coma. So it's just one of those things. But now let's talk about sugar. Sugar needs to be avoided in your diet because there's a direct link between mood and blood sugar balance. The more uneven your blood sugar supply, the more uneven your mood. The more sugar you eat, the more you're going to crave it too. And you'll end up going in a roller coaster ride all your life. You'll be going up and down. The 2 main sugars to watch out for is refined sugar and processed sugar. Refined sugars are like corn syrup made from dextrose, fructose made from fruit sugar, lactose from milk sugar, sucrose made from sugar cane and sugar beet. And processed sugars are molasses and brown sugar, to name a few. Now that you know about sugars, the next step is to know about eating smart carbs. There are 2 main types of carbs, simple and complex. Which ones are good for you? It is definitely not simple. Simple carbs are made up with 1 and 2 molecules, and they are the quickest source of energy, and they are very rapidly digested. Simple carbs are like table sugar, brown sugar, molasses. Simple carbohydrates are high on the glycemic index. A glycemic index indicates how fast a carbohydrate is digested. A simple carb is high because it has no fiber or little fiber to slow it down. What is a complex carb? Complex carbs may be referred to as a dietary starch that are made up of sugar molecules strung together like a necklace or a branch coil. They are often rich in fiber and healthy for you. Complex carbs are in plant foods and therefore are high in vitamins and minerals. Some complex carbs are green vegetables, whole grains, beans, and lentils. The best complex carbs are rich in antioxidants, selenium and vitamin D, which have been proven to help with depression. Foods rich in antioxidants are like red, green bell peppers, kale, spinach, blackberries. Complex carbs rich in selenium are like Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds, mushrooms, cremini mushrooms. Complex carbs rich in vitamin D are like cheese and soy milk. So overall, you should have like 3/4 of your daily carbs come from your daily calories for good health. Now that you know about carbs, the next step is to know about proteins. Proteins that are rich in omega-3s and tryptophan have been proven to help alleviate depression and mood. First of all, I want to discuss omega-3s. Omega-3s are fatty acids. EPA are the most common polyunsaturated fatty acids in the brain. EPA seems to be the most potent antidepressant. These compounds help regulate cell membranes and serotonin levels. A low level of omega-3 is associated with depression. Proteins rich in omega-3s are found in high concentrations of oily fish, such as salmon. Since omega-3s raise serotonin levels, we must explain what serotonin is. Serotonin is a 5-HT, which is a chemical found in the human body. It carries signals along and in between nerves. It is mainly found in the brain and the bowels. Serotonin is regarded as some research as a chemical that is responsible for maintaining mood balance, and if you're deficient in it, it can lead to depression. So you need omega-3s to regulate serotonin. A key component to serotonin is tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid. Since you can't get serotonin in foods, you can eat tryptophan and with foods with a combination of carbohydrates to get a full benefit of serotonin. To get back to the beginning of the speech, I respectively took a tally of who has dieted for emotional health. The results are helpful in that it teaches us that not many people know that a diet can result in happiness. Overall, we know the statistics for depression in college students is high. It can be alleviated without medication sometimes, and sometimes with diet. Sometimes medical intervention is required, but doing this diet, even if you have a mental condition, can only help you. I want to end with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I cannot remember the books I've read any more than the meals I have eaten. Even so, they have made me. He might not have known about the studies of the 21st century on how diets help with depression, but he knew that to have a recollection of what you've learned and eat to maintain health is what you are.